Hey y'all, it's Desiree and I'm back with another video. And for this video, God is saying that He is still the same God. I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed. I don't know if we just get so used to what we see with the natural eye that we forget that God is still the same God. We see the sun every day. We see the moon every day. We see the stars. We see the clouds. We feel the wind breeze. We know God as the creator of all things. We can all open up our Bible, open up the Bible app and read Genesis 1, but it's almost as if we forget that He is still the same God. We get denial letters. We see our negative bank accounts. We see our unpaid bills and forget that He is still the same God. The same God who parted the Red Sea. The same God who called out to Moses from a fiery bush. The same God that Joseph prayed to from that prison cell. The same God that David praised until his clothes fell off. He is still the same God. We can open up our Bibles and read the many stories of Jesus healing the sick, giving sight to the blind, yet see a false report, get back abnormal test results, and forget that He is still the same God. We have this spirit about us that says, well, that was then and this is now, as if He's not the same God, as if He still doesn't hold the same power, as if He still doesn't hold the same authority. We've modernized the church, and somewhere along the way, we've decided that we needed to modernize God. Somewhere along the way, we decided that God needed a break. Somewhere along the way, we decided that God changed His mind. Somewhere along the way, we've decided that God has chosen to move a different way, move at a lesser pace, move with less momentum. But He is still the same God. Did God change, or did our faith change? Did God decide to stop performing miracles, signs, and wonders, or did we decide for Him by way of lack of faith, by way of lack of servitude, by way of lack of wisdom of His true nature? God is still the same God. At this point, it looks as if people just pick up the Bible and see it as a fairy tale, see it as an illusion, see it as a bunch of stories, a bunch of folklore, but God is still the same God. It's almost as if people have this mindset that says, well, they didn't have bills then. God is still the same God. Well, they didn't have to go clock in. They didn't need a 9 to 5. They didn't have to go to college. But God is still the same God. Things were so much different then, but God is still the same God. He's still the same healer. He's still the same provider. He's still the same confidant. He's still the same God. We have this tendency of thinking, well, Jesus came and He died and He rose again, so I shouldn't be struggling, as if He is not still the same God. They expect life to be easy, life to be perfect, as if He is still not the same God. The same God that was in the furnace with the 3 Hebrew boys. The same God that was in the lion's den with Daniel. The same God who stood next to David, toe to toe with the enemy. Some of us tend to water down the hand of God as if He is not still the same God. The same God who restored Job. The same God who gave favor to Esther. The same God who gave life to Hannah's womb. The same God who gave life to Sarah's womb, even in her old age. The same God who restored the fortunes of Jacob time and time again. I encourage somebody today to remember that He is still the same God.